What is going on, guys? Panther here, and we are here with our P4G Next Generation Week 4 battle against Ultra Player and the New York Metagross. So, we picked up a loss last week. Spoilers, if you haven't seen that game, be sure to go check it out. So we are currently sitting at 2-1 and in a position to where we need to pick up a win here in this battle to keep momentum going here this week. So we were playing a really good player here, an Ultra Player. He has a very frightening team. As you can see, he has a Hydreigon, Tapu Lele, Darmanitan, Alomomola, Registeel, and the Tornadus T. So he has some really good offensive threats with the Darmanitan, Lele, and Hydreigon. A really pretty good defensive core with the Alomomola, the Registeel, and the Torn T. The Torn T could also be offensive as well. And my team kind of struggles to switch into the Torn in particular. Anyways, so his team is the Hydreigon. We do have a pretty good check to the Hydreigon in our Sylveon. The Tapu Lele, we actually have a pretty decent check as well in the Mega Metagross, but outside of that, it is very scary. The Darmanitan hits us pretty hard outside of one Mon in the Jellicent, and then the Alomomola is always very annoying. Registeel as well, because it kind of provides a good check to my Sylveon. But anyways, we played this battle pretty early in the week, so our prep was kind of rushed, and it kind of showed in this battle as well. But anyways, just looking at his team here, his only form of hazard removal is going to be either the Defog Hydreigon or Defog Tornadus. So we want to kind of pressure his team with Stealth Rocks. We want to make that Regenerator Core take that chip. We want to make Tornadus take 25% on entry as well to kind of offset that 33% recover from the Regenerator. So we're going to go ahead and lead our Golurk, who is going to be Choice Scarf this week. Scarf Golurk outspeeds a lot on its team. Doesn't outspeed everything. It cannot outspeed the Tornadus T, but it does outspeed the speedier offensive threats like the Tapu Lele, like the Hydreigon, like the Darmanitan. And I figured I could probably catch him off guard with that if he wanted to lead with like the Lele and put some offensive pressure on. So now here turn 1, I'm just going to go for my rocks. I'm pretty sure he's not going to Dark Pulse turn 1 when I have Sylveon as such an obvious switch in. So he actually reveals the U-turn, and it does reveal that he has Choice Scarfed as well. So go ahead and get my Stealth Rocks up here. Now here on this turn, I do predict him to Shadow Ball, because I figured if he was going to Shadow Ball, now's the time, because it's going to hit Golurk incredibly hard. It's going to hit the Mega Metagross and switch in. So I go out to my Sylveon, just kind of scout this thing set here. I do have a lot of Spadef investment, and as you can see, that does a ton to me. So he that does reveal that he has choice specs here. So I just go ahead and protect, stall out the Psychic Terrain a little bit, and try to get a little bit of my leftovers recovery, which is going to be really key. Protect's going to be really key here because on his first 2 Mons that have been revealed have revealed to be choiced in some way. So Protect's going to be really good to scout here this match. So I don't want to stay in. I've got a ×4 resist in my Metagross, who can switch in a couple times to this thing's Psychic. So we go out into my Mega Metagross, and it takes it. It doesn't want to take it, but it takes it. Now I do predict him to go into the Alomomola or the Registeel, so I make a double out into my Electros, knowing that he's not going to want to stay in. And we do actually find out that we are faster pre-Mega on this thing, so he doesn't have hardly any speed at all. Now we have our rocks up. Definitely could just Volt Switch here, which is what we end up doing, and he actually goes out into the AV Torn T here. We are modest and max special attack, so if we would have discharged here, we would have straight knocked this thing out. But we do Volt Switch. Did not think he would go into that. Figured he would probably go into the Hydreigon. So we're able to Volt Switch out and out into our Terrakion, and we're able to scare this thing out because we bluff our Choice Scarf. Now obviously he switches out first to him. Now he's going to know that we are not Scarfed, but we're able to make a double just to kind of bluff out back into my Electros, thinking that he would probably go back into the Alomomola. So we catch the Alomomola here, and he decides to withdraw again, and now I believe I do just go for the Volt Switch again, thinking he would most likely go out into the Hydreigon that's going to resist this. So now he's kind of shown Hydreigon as a better switch into this, and we know now what we can do in our future turn. So now we go out into our Sylveon, because there's no reason why we should not protect here. We can scout to see what he wants to go for. If he wants to flash cannon, I have switch. If he wants to U-turn, I can stay in and just hyper voice or baton pass myself. And I can get a little bit of residual leftovers recovery, which is really going to be crucial for later in the battle. So we do see that he goes for the flash cannon. I have several switch-ins to this with Electros, with Jellicent, with Mega Metagross, and I can really choose what to go out to in. So I go out into my Electros here because I can really pressure this thing. So he goes for the flash cannon. Now here I just want to Dragon Tail because if he does choose to stay in and just take my Volt Switch, I want to do as much damage to this thing as possible. We're not taking much at all from flash cannon, as you can see. So we just go ahead and fire off that Dragon Tail here, and we're able to do quite a bit to that Hydreigon. And we're just starting to really chip that thing down. So in comes the Tornadus. We're keeping it nice and low with those Stealth Rocks, which is why I wanted to get them up so early, because it was really going to keep this thing low. He goes for the U-turn here, and I believe I just go for the Volt Switch. I think I go for the Volt Switch anyways. Maybe I go for the Discharge actually. I think I just go for the Discharge actually, trying to paralyze the Hydreigon on switch in. He does go out into the Registeel here, which is a good mid-ground play for him, because now it's going to allow him to get up his Stealth Rocks on my Volt Switch. Now what I did not want to happen is I did not want to go into my Terrakion here and this thing either Iron Head or Toxic me or something like that. So I'll just go into my Golurk, because if he wants to T-Wave me or something, I can bring in Golurk and be fine. He's not going to take a lot from Iron Head, and he walls Seismic Toss, so go out into my Golurk here. I want to use Registeel as setup fodder for my Terrakion, so yeah. Now I fire off a Shadow Punch here, thinking he would probably go out into the Tornadus or into the Hydreigon, and he ends up just staying in. So we don't do a lot with the Shadow Punch, obviously, and he's able to whittle us down. Now I fire off another Shadow Punch, thinking, alright, he doesn't know that we're choiced. Probably is going to switch out now, and he actually does not. He stays in. He gets a crit with the Iron Head, which kind of makes my Golurk a little bit more useless here, because I only have one switch in left to Stealth Rock. So I just stay in again, thinking that maybe he'd want to switch out and go into something to take the Shadow Punch or the Earthquake. But he ends up just knocking us out, so we just kind of waste Golurk there. Scarf probably wasn't the best set to bring this week. If I had like some type of rock polish set on that thing, would have been much better. But I decided to go with Terrakion as my rock polisher. And yeah, now I don't want to take an Iron Head from this thing. I just want to go ahead and close combat and take this thing out. Because running some Calcs, he could just Iron Head me for quite a lot of damage, and I did not really want to stay in on that. So we go ahead and knock out the Registeel here. Opens up the door for my Sylveon and eliminates all of Alomomola being able to Wish Pass back into that thing. So we know this thing is fat. I cannot do much to it before a boost. So I go out into my Electros here just to kind of threaten it. And he makes a really good play and throws off a Toxic. So now my Electros is on timer, makes this thing a whole lot less useful. I do not have Hillbill on my Sylveon. I just have the Wish, Protect, Baton Pass, and Hyper Voice. So maybe I can pass a Wish into this thing to make it a little bit more viable. But he is just going to Toxic and Protect Stall just a little bit to wear down my Electros. Because my Electros is really going to be problematic for his team, as you can see here at this point. And I really need this thing to be able to deal a lot of damage to all of them Mola. So here is where I believe I just fire off a Volt Switch. Even Hydreigon's not going to take the Volt Switch plus the Stealth Rocks. So this allows me just to go out into my Sylveon and kind of rinse and repeat with the Protect here, because I can definitely just Protect, scout what he wants to go for, since it is confirmed Choice Scarf on this, and yeah, I can just really just have kind of fun with this thing. Because I have an answer for whatever move he wants to lock himself into. If he wants to U-turn, I can just Hyper Voice now freely, or Baton Pass. If he wants to Flash Cannon, I've got Jellicent or Mega Metagross to go into. If he wants to drop a Draco, he can't. I'm a Sylveon. If he wants to Dark Pulse, I can stay in as well. So he goes for Flash Cannon. I've got Jellicent to go into, because I know he's locked in at this point. And then nothing really wants to take a Toxic on his team. I'd love to get a Toxic off from the Torn or the Alomomola. Yeah, so pretty good shape, pretty good shape. Even though he does get the Spadef drop there, it doesn't really matter because Jellicent's just going to be able to eat this anyways. And we're just going to be able to get a Toxic off on the following turn and then just recover up any damage that he does to us. So he's just sacking off his Hydreigon at this point. It's just kind of a lengthier process because I don't really have much to hit it with, and I just wanted to play safe and Toxic there, just in case he wanted to switch out to try to preserve this thing as death fodder. So now he knows that I am going to recover here 100%, so he actually just goes right on out into the Alomomola here. Now, earlier in the video when I talked about prep was rushed this week, I made a very crucial mistake here. I usually run a lot of speed on my Jellicent to creep things like this, but I forgot to actually creep this thing. As you can see, I thought I had some speed on this because I just go for the taunt here. I just assumed Alomomola was slower, and it really ends up making me pay there because obviously I do not get the taunt off before he's able to get a Toxic on me, and Jellicent really is important because it walls a lot of his team. If I can kill the Tapu Lele, he can't kill this if I was faster. So very, very crucial mistake there on my part. I go for the Toxic, just trying to get it on Alomomola. He brings in the Torrent, and I do miss there. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We still have our win cons with Mega Metagross and Terrakion in the back, so definitely not out of it yet, even though we are Toxic now with Jellicent. So can't make a mistake like that though, for sure. I guess with the Grass Knot there, don't know how much that would have done to the Jellicent. I don't think this thing had attack investment or special attack investment. I have to see his side of the battle. I just really thought that it was AV and probably a lot of HP investment. So if that's the case, I know for a fact it was AV from how well it took the Volt Switch earlier. But able to protect here, get up a lot of health. I don't think he killed Sylveon anyways from the health that was at if the Hurricane would have hit. So I think we would have been fine there regardless. But we are able to get our wish, and then just now we can fire off the Hyper Voice because he can't kill me with the Hurricane no matter what. So if he U-turns out, something's going to have to take this. And we're going to be able to get our wish back. But he goes out into the Hydreigon, which just dies to Stealth Rocks, so nice kill for Golurk there. And we're just able to get back up our health, so it doesn't really matter. But he does still have the Alomomola, the Tapu Lele, and the Darmanitan, and the Tornadus left. So a lot of very threatening mons, including that Tapu Lele, which he is now going to go out into and just start to wreak havoc on my team. So again, this is where I'm going to say that Protect really was useful here on Sylveon, because I can Protect, make sure he's not going to want to go for Shadow Ball or anything like that, and see that he's just going to fire off a Psychic. I really wish I had a Dark type on the team this week, but that is what it is. We're just able to go out to my Mega Metagross now because it can definitely take one. I don't think I have Mega'd yet, actually. I have not. So we are definitely able to take at least one, and now we really threaten the Tapu Lele here. So we predict him to go into the Alomomola, and we just fire off the Thunder Punch here on this turn, actually, because there's no point in Home Clawing up. Definitely didn't want to go for the Meteor Mash and him bring this thing in, but we just go ahead and fire off the Thunder Punch, thinking that this thing's going to come in, and we're going to see if we have a chance to kill. So with that damage, we do get the unfortunate paralysis. So I guess really, I would really have rather Toxic this thing. So wasn't very thankful for that. Anyways, we throw off into the Thunder Punch. We die with Rocky Helmet, but that thing. So really important phase of events there, because it forces this thing to wish, and now it really forces the Protect on the following turn. So I can go out into my Double Dance Terrakion now, and knowing that he's going to Protect here on this turn, I can set up either my Swords Dance or my Rock Polish. So I go ahead and choose the Swords Dance here. I am Lumberry, so if he chooses to Toxic me or try to go for the Scald Burn on the following turn, I'm in pretty good shape, because if I am burned, I'll be fine, because I can just heal immediately from that. We do know it's Rocky Helmet, so I don't think there's any attack he can do to put me in range of his attack plus the Rocky Helmet. As you can see, we even take the waterfall pretty good. I guess maybe if it was liquidation, that would have hurt me a little bit more. But so we're +2/+2 now. We just go for the close combat on this thing, able to take it out. We live the Rocky Helmet, as you can see, and now we're in really good position for the rest of his team because we outspeed any type of choice scarfers that he have. Now, all we have to do is really just hit this stone edge here because close combat's definitely not going to kill. If we hit this stone edge, we should be in very good shape to finish closing out this battle. So we can just go for the stone edge here. We do connect, we do kill the Tapu Lele, and now all that he has left is the Darmanitan and the Tornadus, which is not at a lot of health here at this point. So Torn comes in, even if he's max HP, he takes like 65% minimum from this, so I'm just able to go for the close combat here. Does knock out the Tornadus T on the resisted hit, so Terrakion is just going to be able to put in the work here late game, picking up 5 kills total in this battle. So Darmanitan comes out. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's Scarf or anything like that. I don't have to risk the Stone Edge. I can just go for the safe close combat here and kill the Darmanitan, and Terrakion's able to just come in and finish the game up here at this point. So 5 kills for Terrakion there. That's the funnest Terrakion set I've used this season, I'm pretty sure. So it was really fun being able to use that successfully there. But a really good game to Ultra Player here. He played very well, prepped very well, as you can see with the Rocky Helmet Mola. The Scarf Hydreigon put in a lot of work, and the Tapu Lele was extremely just scary to face in general. But really good game to you, Ultra Player. Good luck the rest of the way in your season. And again, guys, thank you for watching. This video will be up on Friday like normal. Be sure to catch our APA battle this weekend, and of course all of our P4G battles every Friday this season. But again, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, we'll see you.